Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 6th Commitments of Traders Report of 2025, and as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials net positions. If you're new to COT analysis, don't worry. Here at COTBase.com, you'll find a lot of educational material. Not only do we have these in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that can guide you through the analysis process. And of course, if you need some more help, a one-on-one, then we actually offer consultations as well. Back to the review, and let's get started with the Brazilian Real, which is on top of our list. If we're looking at largest changes in commercials net positions, we're analyzing the classic COT report type. It has the longest history of COT data. And we're analyzing futures and options data combined. So Brazilian Real, with its 52% change in commercials net positions, is on top of our list. It is a huge change signal coming after weeks of rising prices in the Brazilian Real. This is suggesting that we may see a bit of a decline early next week. Moving on to a 5-year chart, you can see that with this recent change, we are in a more neutral zone. So the zero line, as you can see, is pretty much in between the two extremes. In case of commercial, we're talking about roughly 50,000 contracts net long or 50,000 contracts net short. We're kind of in between those two readings. So it's really the change signal this week that we could act upon. Moving on to, well, we actually have two different wheat markets. We've got the Kansas City wheat, but that's a smaller market. The larger is the Chicago wheat. We just call it the wheat. We're going to open that. There's a 22% change in commercials net positions there. We can acknowledge that there's a 26% change in Kansas City wheat, and of course, these are obviously correlating markets. So let's just put that there on the table. So this is a bearish change signal. A bit larger than average, not necessarily as huge or obvious as the one we just saw in the Brazilian Real, but it's still there. And it suggests that we may see a bit of a cooling down after the past 2 weeks of stronger market movement. Moving on to a 5-year chart, you can see, it's quite clear on this chart, that we're still very close to bullish COT Extreme levels. With this past 2 weeks of rise, we may suspect that maybe the bottom is in, and this COT Extreme signal is taking its effect. And if it does, of course, we would expect traders to continue their trend, meaning commercials would be decreasing their net long positions and large speculators decreasing their net short positions. We shall see. Moving on to our next market, crude oil, WTI crude oil, 22% change over here. In this case, this is more of a bullish COT change signal coming after declining prices. So this is suggesting we may see some strengthening in the next few days. However, the change size itself, I wouldn't consider that huge. I would be cautious about taking that signal. Do we have an extreme? Well, overall on this 5-year chart, we are leaning towards the bullish side, because if you look back over here in 2021, we had significant bearish extremes, 700, definitely above 600,000 contracts net short level for commercials. That has decreased to about 244, 270,000 contracts net short level. So in that respect, that is more of a bullish signal for us from the COT Extreme analysis. Moving on to large speculators COT Extremes, we've got cotton and metals complex on top of our list with all-time COT Extremes. Complex markets are these unique COT charts that we compile simply by combining the individual markets within that category. In case of metals, of course, you can see we've got gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium, and then we combine those COT reports into one complex big report. So we're not going to go into that for now. I just want to explain, if you're a subscriber, you actually get the chance to analyze these unique data sets as well. Cotton is our top of our list, all-time COT extreme, not only in large speculators net positions, but in commercials as well. It is a bullish COT extreme, no questions asked. It is obvious, clear as sky. The one thing I would draw to your attention is the fact that when it comes to COT analysis, all-time COT extremes can be present in the market for weeks, sometimes even months before the market reacts. So you want to be cautious with just, jumping at this as an opportunity and just buy cotton. I would say, take it easy. We do know there's this built-up pressure in cotton, and the fact that commercials are so heavily net long and large speculators are heavily net short is suggesting that we should be expecting in the medium, maybe long term, a bottoming in cotton prices. Moving on then to euro, we have a 257 report COT extreme. Again, this is a bullish COT extreme, suggesting higher prices coming in the euro. We shall see. Of course, when it comes to currencies, I always advise to look at both sides of the equation. This is euro. It's measured in US dollars. So maybe it's a good idea to have a look at the dollar index or possibly even the true US dollar index, something unique at COTBase.com. Or if you want, you can actually look into our own iCOT Intraday Indicator. This is our own tool. It is something we developed after many years of research, bringing you COT analysis into the short time frame. So we've got these iCOT scores chart, which is something I think you would be used to seeing when it comes to classic COT analysis. We've got, let's say, green as, let's call them speculators, and then the red are commercials, but in reality these are iCOT scores charts. This is a 1 hour candlestick chart on the euro US dollar currency pair. If we add the iCOT signals, you will see that this is quite the unique indicator. It will help you identify those territories in the market that may give us some buying or selling opportunities. If there's an extreme reading in speculators, what happens is the candlesticks change color. You can see here just around this bottom there's an extreme coming from speculators that's indicated with a blue color, or in the case of commercials that's indicated with a yellow diamond underneath the candle. And when we have both of these at the same time, that's actually a wonderful bullish extreme signal. This stripe, this vertical green line was a very successful signal. And then, of course, we've got the opposite, some good selling opportunities as well. If you want to take it to the next level, we've got the iCOT Intraday Indicator with AfterSignal. And what the AfterSignal does, it will actually filter out the signals and help you identify the best time to enter or exit the market. By default, this is going to be acting only on these vertical, we call them stripe signals. However, I do advise just looking at the possibility of looking at any signal, and I would focus one of the indicators on the long side, giving me opportunities on the long side, and then the other one for opportunities on the short side. And then this is what we will get. Of course, there's a lot of settings that you can do, but it does give you kind of a picture of what the iCOT Intraday Indicator can do, supplementing classic COT analysis. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of ways to analyze markets, and COTBase.com offers a lot of different tools. We've got the classic COT analysis, and then we've got the iCOT Intraday Indicator as well. Moving on to our last market, corn, with 141 report extreme. This is a bearish COT extreme situation. Even on this 5 years chart, you can see that the extreme could widen to even greater levels. So it's a possibility that we see corn rise, continue its rise. Let's not forget that not that long ago, middle of last year, everything's relative. Of course, we had a significant, huge, I should say, bullish COT Extreme preceding this bottom, and you can see now corn rising. So question, have we reached a level of extreme that signals a top? We'll see. It's definitely getting larger and larger. It's just good to know. Anyways, that's all for this review. There's a lot to do here at COTBase.com, and if you do enjoy these videos, I would kindly ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not yet done so, and maybe even like the video. That would mean the world to us. Pardon me, I'm just losing my voice there. And if you are interested in our unique indicators, then COTBase.com/indicators will show you the different indicators that we have to offer. The Pro, it's actually everything you see on the website, but you actually get a tool that you can use in NinjaTrader to analyze classic COT reports. It also allows you to download our data. And then we've got our own unique indicator, the iCOT Intraday Indicator, the basic version, and then the one that's a bit updated with AfterSignal. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment underneath the video. Send us an email to info@cotbase.com so we can answer your questions. Thank you so much for your attention. I wish you guys a wonderful weekend. Take care. Goodbye.